It's time to talk about reality. More than 60% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. This means if one paycheck is missed, something is either getting picked up or someone may be getting locked out. I'm Adrian from Adrian's Avenue, and even in this pandemic of living paycheck to paycheck, I'm here to help you make better decisions toward a better life. 60% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. And some of you may wonder, how did it get this bad? How did it get like this? Some of you may not be wondering how it got like this because you're one of the ones living paycheck to paycheck. And I can guarantee you that it did not get like this overnight. And it happened with decisions that people made on a daily basis, maybe on a monthly, weekly basis with their finances. And it got them in the predicament where they're living paycheck to paycheck. A few other things I can guarantee you is that it's no fun. It's almost like being in jail when you know that your whole paycheck is already pre-assigned to something that you've already purchased or bills that you owe. And number two, I can also guarantee you that you're not living your best life when you're living paycheck to paycheck. When you're living paycheck to paycheck, a couple of the characteristics are there's zero to minimal savings because you don't have any money left over to save. So usually you don't have any type of cushion that if something would go wrong that you can dip into a savings. So you may not even have $50, $100 in the bank that's saved or set aside. And you don't see a way that you can actually start saving because your whole paycheck is consumed before you get paid that next week. So some people refer to as more month than money because they're running out of money before that next paycheck occurs. So this paycheck to paycheck living is very serious. In most cases, it's difficult to pay your bills. You're struggling, trying to make ends meet, seeing which bill you're going to pay today, which one you're going to pay tomorrow, which one that you can possibly float a check on. This is a serious situation that needs to get up under control. You know, if you have income coming in and there's not enough to pay the bills that you've made or the bills that are reoccurring, this is a serious situation. And living this paycheck to paycheck life can be very stressful. You can lose sleep on it. You know, you're trying to do some things and you can't seem to get things done. You can't seem to get ahead. And it's very discouraging when you're in the situation. Constantly running out of money is another thing that occurs when you're living paycheck to paycheck. You don't have even a nickel or a dime, quarters. You don't have change even when it comes to living paycheck to paycheck. You may want to go to the gas pump and put gas in your car, but you may only have $5. And so that's all you can put in your car at that point in time. So this paycheck to paycheck living takes a mental toll on you as well as a financial toll on you. Because most of the times too, if you have a credit card or two, they are maxed out. So there's no room there to buy anything extra. And so you're just wondering and waiting and holding your breath, even when you swipe the credit card to see if there's enough room to put those extra groceries on that credit card. This paycheck to paycheck living is not a good thing. Although this is a tough subject, I still want you to swipe that like button and that subscribe button to keep you up to date on the latest information as it becomes available to you. And we're going to help you with this paycheck to paycheck. So share it out to your friends. One of the toughest parts of the paycheck to paycheck living is that you are dependent on that paycheck every week, every 2 weeks, or every month. So you have limited ability to actually leave that job and go somewhere else. You have that kind of handcuffs to that job because you're relying on it. There's no other way you're meeting your bills without this paycheck coming in. And that's the reality of it. And so you're locked into that job, whether you like it or not, whether you like your boss or not, whether you like the people or not, whether you like what you're doing or not. You feel locked in, you feel imprisoned to this job because you don't see a way out of the paycheck to paycheck living. The reality of the situation too is that it's very stressful on a person. You worry about making the bills, you worry about making ends meet, you may lose sleep overnight, you feel bad because you can't do certain things. You can't give like you want to. You can't help others. There's certain things you can't do because the finances are just not there. You're relying on that paycheck to meet your monthly needs, your monthly bills, and there's nothing extra left over. So it does take toll on you mentally, because it's just not a financial thing, it's a mental thing, and it can be very stressful. The good news is all is not lost. Just like you got yourself into this, you can get yourself out. And it starts very simply with either, there's two things that you can do to help you, and a combination of the two. Make more money and cut back on the spending. Those are the first two things you need to look at. And you have to get a budget. There's no way around it. Just sit down and look at what you're spending and how much money you have coming in. There's just no way around it. If you've gotten yourself into the situation, sit down and do this. It won't take long for you to do this. Write down your monthly bills, what you're paying, write down your income, see where you can cut. Maybe you don't need cable. Maybe you don't need to go out to eat that much. When you see what you're spending your money on, then and only then can you make changes. And so this is the very first step to doing that. And once you start cutting back on things or getting an extra job to bring more money in, let's not forget increasing the income. If there's anything else that you can do, working overtime, working a part-time job, doing Uber Eats, doing Fetch, doing something to bring in some more money into the household to give you some breathing room. Because when your whole paycheck is going toward paying bills, you don't have any breathing room. I can stand here and talk about financial freedom all day long. You don't understand that because you're just trying to make ends meet. And so we're here to help you with that. But you have to help yourself by sitting down and looking at what you're spending and what you have coming in. How can you decrease what you have going out? How can you increase what you have coming in? Give yourself some breathing room. And then when you start paying off some of these bills, then you will have extra money that you can do some other things with. And you can kind of see your light at the end of the tunnel at that point in time. I will tell you now that one of the worst things that you can do is say to yourself, I'm going to do better, or I have to do better, or I need to do better, and don't do better. Until that next month comes around, until that next emergency comes up and you don't have the money, then you start feeling bad again. But what have you done in between? Have you made some steps in the right direction? Because just saying I'm going to do better and not executing on it, and I know I may be preaching to the choir, but someone needs to hear this. Once you make up your mind that, look, I'm sick and tired of this, living this way and doing it this way, I want to do better. Until you come to that point, you're not going to make any changes in your life. It's just going to go on and on and on. People live like this for years and they're just fine with it. But I'm telling you, that is not your best life, living paycheck to paycheck, being handcuffed to a job and can't get out of it because you need that money to make your monthly bills. Listen to what I'm saying. There is a way out, and just by following the simple instructions of getting this budget together. And once you have the budget together and once you can see that you're getting the bills paid off, you can start having the extra money, and then you can start looking at investing or doing other things with your money to have your money grow for itself. But until you make up your mind that you don't want to do this anymore, that you want to do better, that you want a better life, it won't happen for you. And it's not only people with 9-to-5 normal jobs. There are millionaires that are living paycheck to paycheck, which means if they miss a payment too, somebody's getting locked out and something is being picked up. So it's not just the common person with a 9-to-5 that's not a millionaire living this paycheck to paycheck life. And it all starts with overspending, buying things that we don't need to buy, going out to eat when we don't need to go out to eat, and just spending money that we don't have. But you can get it up under control. And when you make up in your mind that this is what you want to do, that you want to get it up under control and not just say I'm going to get it or that I want to or that I need to, but actually execute on something and get it going in the right direction, you can get it up under control. I'm here to tell you you can get up under control and you can start living a better, if not your best life, once you make up your mind that that's what you want to do. Just remember, you are one step away from leaving the paycheck to paycheck living and start living the better life.